Gia snorts. Sure, if by that you mean you're on the verge of going fatal attraction on his tights-clad ass. I roll my eyes, a Hyman family default when dealing with Gia. Only some of you, I glance at Honey, know this, but most of my encounters with men, such as they were, ended as soon as I smelled them. I fully expect snarky remarks along the lines of, "Did you try sniffing their butts? It works for dogs with a sense of smell as keen as yours." But the mocking doesn't come. All three of my sisters are looking at me with pity, which might actually be worse, and they don't even know the full extent of my problem. The main reason I insisted we sit outside is because smells are more concentrated indoors, often to an unbearable extent for me. And that's with my special nose filters that dampen my olfactory acuity. The list of smells that drive me crazy is longer than Gia's list of germs to avoid. I even hate the scent of lemon, which must be some sort of self-hate, with my name being Lemon and all. On the bright side, if there's ever a fire, I will always sniff it out and survive. Who knows, I might even become the first human to detect carbon monoxide, an allegedly odorless gas that defeats even dogs. I clear my throat and pick up my mimosa. Orange scent is thankfully different from lemon, not having been overused in cleaning products. Long story short, I don't like being obsessed. I say, I want this guy out of my head so I can focus on more realistic prospects. Like my ex, who has a case of germophobia that would put Gia's to shame. When we were together, he showered so often that he never had any body odor, only extremely dry skin. To tolerate him, all I had to do was convince him to use only unscented products. Too bad his lack of scent didn't help our lack of chemistry. Maybe I'll find another germaphobe who will suit me better. I keep silent about that plan, though, so as not to offend Gia. She's showing Herculean restraint by not mocking me at the moment. Honey fondles a stud in her ear, one of her million piercings. So, if I understand it right, you want to conduct an exorcism of sorts, sniff his tights, get grossed out, and thus end the obsession? I bob my head. Exactly. In that case, I'm in. She says, "Me too, but on one condition." Blue says with a grin, "The code name of this operation is Big Sniff." Fucking skunks. How long before they realize it makes a nice acronym? Honey smirks. I second that, but let's shorten it to BS. Okay, so a millisecond. That's how long. Gia mimes neatening a non-existent goatee. If you need my help with Operation BS, I also have one condition. There's a churning in my stomach that isn't due to my craving for French toast, or at least not only that. All Hyman sisters barter in favors to some degree, but Gia could probably teach the Godfather a thing or two about the technique. I rubbed the back of my neck. What's your demand? Demand? More like a reasonable request. Gia's angelic expression doesn't fool anyone, unless we're talking fallen angel. Lemon, you know what each of us does for a living, so all I want is for you to tell us what it is that you do. You're a genius, Blue says to Gia in an overly loud voice. I've been wondering for a while and was about to start seriously sleuthing. What a great use of taxpayer money that would have been. I mutter under my breath, spying on your own family. Honey slides to the edge of her chair. Sorry, Lemon, I've been curious too. Dish. I debate whether coming out is worth their help. Maybe, maybe not. The truth is, I've been wanting to open up to someone, and these three are a decent focus group if I want to know how the rest of the family will react to my chosen profession. Fine, I'll tell you. I down the mimosa and gulp in a deep breath. A mistake, because the smell of something delicious nearby makes my belly rumble. Ignoring that, I take another breath and say, my work is masturbation. Chapter 2. They gape at me as though I've pulled down my pants and started auditioning finger puppets in front of them. At the same time, the smell of delicious food grows stronger, despite my nose filters. That or the stress is making me hungrier. Did I hear masturbation? Blue asks, still speaking too loudly. Yeah, Gia says even louder, but maybe that's an acronym for something, like a master's degree in urban planning. My eye starts to twitch again, but I